Hello there and welcome. It is still Great Minds on your favorite station NTA. This program is set in giving you the best of gist, entertainment and what have you, all about the youth of Ibadan and Nigeria as a whole. I am not alone in the studio as usual, doing it here.
Hello Jamal, how are you doing?
I'm great. And Robert, of course, the gentleman.
Hello Jamal, how are you doing?
I'm great. Each person is afraid of something. I know I am, and I'm sure you are also afraid of something. Fear is considered as a very great tool to most achievers because it helps you to prepare adequately to avoid whatever it is that you are afraid of. But fear in itself can either be rational or irrational. Rational fears like the blood rush that you have as a performing artist before you go up stage, fear that parents have on the safety of their kids and what have you. But today we want to center on something different. We want to talk about the irrational fear. The popular name or the most common name used to describe such fear is phobia. And so I would come back to you, Robert. What do you think is phobia?
Phobia, just like you rightly said, is an excessive and irrational fear reaction for a particular place, a particular situation, or an object.
Okay.
People with phobia often realize their fear is irrational, but most of the time they find out that there's nothing that they can do about the situation to control it. You get? And how you know you have a phobia is when you have this sense of dread, or this you feel something, you feel this fear whenever you think of encountering that source of fear.
You know, we've been talking fear, and I made mention of the issue of some of the fear are rational. For example, I'm a businessman and I sink money into a business.
Yeah.
If I have fear that it might fail, it's a rational fear.
Yeah, of
We're
course.
trying to establish how different is it with phobia. It's
Contrary
irrational.
to what Robert just said, I think for fear, even the rational one, everyone does have a sense of dread.
Okay.
Do you understand? I think to a certain extent, fear and phobia, we feel the same way.
Okay.
It's just that one is probably more heightened than the other.
I think
a usual fear, everyone fears death, I guess.
Okay, yeah.
I think to some extent, almost everyone is afraid of dying.
Yeah.
Everyone is afraid of being beaten like by a wild animal.
Okay.
So of course, when we come across, we don't have to have phobia for lion before we fear the lion, and of course we feel a sense of dread.
sorry to cut short, but unlike you just mentioned death right now, that is where the difference between fear and phobia actually comes in.
Okay, so
fear.
What is the difference?
Fear now, when you talk about fear, it's like a general anxiety disorder now.
Okay.
That is something that everyone fears. But phobia, most of the time, is always attached or connected to a specific thing.
Alright.
Like a situation, a place,
Okay.
and all that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Take for instance, public speaking, like they call it glossophobia. There are people who have this, this fright when it comes to speaking to a public, speaking to an audience.
I think there's the normal one.
Exactly.
There's the
I used to be very
kind.
sincere, I used to have this, I used to have that phobia until I learned to control it. How did I control it? Then in school, let me say my tertiary institution, what I used to do then was I call a couple of friends of mine, put them together, keep them together, and try speaking to them. By so doing, I got to discover I was able to conquer my fear, for speaking in the public, this glossophobia.
Yes, I understand. Okay, fine. Maybe because you've not been used to speaking in public, and you have the fright. I think everybody has that already. So that one's like a normal fear, normal stage fright, public something. But have you heard of people passing out by facing the public?
That is the difference in phobia now. And
that's where the difference comes in. People that have phobia for it, even if they keep coming up stage, they will react in one very extreme way. So I think that is a real phobia.
That is a real phobia.
I also wanted pointing you people's attention to something.
Okay.
Phobia cannot just be streamlined to just you and experience.
Yeah.
There are people that have phobia for objects.
Exactly.
There are people that have phobia for animals.
Of course.
There are people that their phobia is as a result of near-death experience.
That's true.
Trauma. Maybe you were involved in an accident or substance abuse. There's so many things that
yes, I think it's
bring
been
about.
proved. There's the specific phobia and there's the social phobia.
That brings me to this question now. Who is at the risk of having a phobia, because I was reading somewhere and they actually try to classify some certain phobia to some certain age, some certain phobia to some certain
socioeconomic status,
socioeconomic status, and some certain phobia to
gender.
Some gender.
Yes,
that is still something.
I think when it comes to that of the age, children most especially are always connected to this fear. When it comes to fear for the dark now, that's when you associate to the children. Like myself, when I was a kid, I used to be very scared of this, being in the dark. Like most of the time, I can't sleep without lights even. And I think that thing, the cause should be coming from, the kind of orientation we get as kids. African children most especially,
And the kind of things they use to scare us when we're young. It will bring about phobia.
Even the kind of movies we watch, can also stir up phobia in us. And that is what is known as nyctophobia.
There's this family friend that I have. She's a lady. The lady is so bold that she could actually pick a stick and kill a snake. But when she sees a rat,
oh my God,
there is a way she screams. You would think somebody is ripping her skin out, and you would wonder, a rat. You could
compare to a snake.
Compared to a snake, God.
So the concept of it being tied to a specific thing makes it so important. Now there's this phobia that I am so interested in, the pharmacophobia.
Okay, for
fear
drugs.
of drugs.
For drugs.
And I am trying to imagine, I come to be a parent and I have a kid that is sick or something and he has this kind of phobia. How do I manage the situation and all that?
Well, I think, there's a time when another thing that really differs phobia from fear is the fact that phobia could be dangerous. It's something that should be treated.
Of course.
When it gets to a certain extent. So when it comes to drugs, a child needs drugs. Like everyone needs drugs, you understand? But children need drugs, and whenever he needs to take drugs and he starts showing symptoms of phobia, panic attack and the likes, then parents should take to the doctor. They should take, because how else do they treat the child? Do you understand? Because I've even heard once that drugs are better than injection.
Of course.
So I think even if they can't do whatever therapy or anything, they will look for probably an alternative also. Maybe make him drink it or something.
Now we've been talking about phobia, and based on the rough statistics that you can check anywhere, you discover that a large number of people worldwide suffer from one phobia to the other. But we're not going to really do justice to the matter without actually looking for professionals that would actually give us an inside information on phobia, the causes, and how to manage it. So we'll go out there and listen to professionals, and we'll be right back.
I think phobia is rational, and it could also be irrational. It could be fear about success, fear about failure.
Phobia means fear. When you have fear towards anything, I saw a woman he was scared when he was to sail on an ocean. We were forced to sail on a very large river. So he was fidgeting, he was crying. People were worried, what is wrong with this woman? She said she couldn't just behold an open ocean like that. She felt as if she wanted to faint. So she was afraid of river. So many things make people to be afraid.
Generally, the word phobia is used to describe situations in which individuals have maybe some specific things they are afraid of, and the fear or the anxiety that develops as a result of this item that they are afraid of is severe enough to impair their occupational functioning or their social interaction with other people. Common examples of phobias one is called the generalized anxiety disorder. Now, this is just as the name states, generalized anxiety. That is, the individual is afraid of things that are generally available. There's another one called the specific phobias. In the case of specific phobias, the individual can identify one particular thing that is afraid of. Usually, that kind of reaction this individual has when he sees a cockroach is just too much, just unnecessary. A small spider, somebody who is on the second floor of a building and just cannot stand because it's on the second floor, fear of heights. So those kind of specific incidences where the person can identify that this is the reason why he's having some of these phobic reactions. It's normal to be afraid. Fear is more of like a protective response. If you are not afraid, you'll be taking unnecessary risk. But when you are afraid of some things, you learn to plan yourself well, you learn to avoid dangers. But when an individual has fear of a situation that either is not necessarily fearful, a situation that is not necessarily dangerous, and then the fear is now in excess to the extent that is preventing the individual from carrying out his normal daily functions. So someone who is afraid of going out in public cannot go to work. Someone who is afraid of some crowded places may not be able to go to the market. Someone who is afraid of some other things that is available maybe in the school environment may not be able to go to school. So that is significant enough to affect the individual's level of function. Usually, no one is born with a phobic disorder. Nobody is born with a phobia. But individuals tend to have a more of like a genetic predisposition. So if a father or a mother has phobia, the child or one of their children may grow up to develop a phobia. Another thing is that individuals that are exposed to traumatic events while they are growing up. So ladies who are exposed to rape or sexual assaults, or men or boys who while they were young were maybe involved in traffic accidents or were beaten up by people, or were some of those kind of events that happen while individuals grow up can predispose them to developing a phobic disorder. The management depends on the type of phobia. Usually when an individual presents to a psychiatrist, and the first thing the psychiatrist does is try to find out some other medical conditions that may appear like phobia. Individuals have been known to have some heart conditions like what they call mitral valve prolapse or mitral stenosis. Individuals like that will have some symptoms that may mimic or appear like a phobia. So the psychiatrist will first of all try to make sure that what the individual is presenting with, describing as the excessive fear, is not actually a medical condition. So once that has been ruled out, then we know that, okay, this is a phobic disorder. We would not like to classify exactly what kind of phobic disorder is it. Someone is having the anxiety symptoms as a result of a phobic disorder, of a phobia. Usually the best thing is to try and reassure the individual. The individual will be very, very afraid, maybe scared, maybe shivering, maybe sweating, may not be able to walk, may collapse. At that point in time, the best thing is to calm the individual down, reassure the person, take the person away from anything that could be a source of harm or danger.
Welcome back. We've heard from the experts and now we know more about fear, and also from the people on the streets. That was hilarious. Different kinds of fears.
Some people don't even know what phobia is.
Exactly. And some things that have not even, like, there is actually quite exhilarating or fascinating. What's your phobia?
I think I have fear of ladies.
Oh my God.
For real?
Are you serious?
Yes, I have fear for ladies.
Okay, I knew
And
it.
so many people think it's because my heart has been broken several
knew
times
it.
and all that. No. You know, they say you should. It's safe to be afraid of the unknown.
But ladies are not.
So they're not unknown, of course. Thank you very much for that.
Okay, wait. So Jamal, when you have fear for legs, how exactly do you react?
Do I cope around them?
Yeah.
Sweaty
what kind of
palms.
fear?
I experience sweaty palms.
Oh.
I notice there is an influx of saliva in my mouth, and I need to get myself together before I can
Okay,
talk.
so I think that would be that Jamal is nervous around women.
Yeah.
And that's not phobia.
You know, when it comes to hatred and fear now, there are two different things, just like you said, you know.
Exactly.
When it comes to hatred, it's it has to do with something like, let's say, a woman not wanting anything to do with a man, in the sense that if she has a way to come in contact with you, she might even hurt you.
Maybe that would be okay. Yeah.
That's when it comes to hatred. But when it comes to fear now,
you don't want to even move.
You don't want to even go close to the man. Maybe each time you find yourself close to a man, you have this, shivering.
Yeah, that's part of the reactions of phobia. Reactions of phobia. You don't want to go close to that thing, and also you want to do everything as much as possible to avoid it. Even when you think about it, you start having different kinds.
I also wanted us to touch a little bit about the symptoms, those signs that you have to know that. Okay, this thing is like maybe I'm having panic attack and it's as a result of phobia or something.
Well, when you look at the symptoms, some of the symptoms have this racy heartbeats. Like sometimes you feel nausea, exactly, stomach ache, profuse sweating. You just sweat profusely and all that.
Of the chest,
exactly. Thank you.
Goosebumps
too. Yeah. But that is that phobia. I believe people
sometimes you feel like passing out,
when they sweat over their feet or something.
Goosebumps are for different reactions.
Yeah.
After all is said about phobia, it's time for us to get fit. While Oyin is on standby with a physical fitness expert. We'll be right back after this.
Hi, welcome on Youth Noel. Get this, guys. We've got a fitness trainer in the house, and I feel fit already just looking at him. Hello, Happy.
Hi.
Welcome to the show.
Thanks very much.
Tell us about yourself.
I'm Onowa. Happy. I'm a fitness trainer.
What exactly do you do? When you say you're a fitness trainer,
okay.
What exactly do you do?
What I do is I train people. I disseminate information about the importance of exercise. Then a little dieting. You understand? But there's no way be fit that the diet will be included. So I do both together. It's interwoven.
Okay. For how long have you been in the business?
Well, I started 2005.
And then how exactly did you get into it?
Well, I was admitted to study health education, and health education is in the Department of Physical and Health Education.
Of course.
So I have this very good friend of mine that happens to be a karate fighter, Igurudu Makati. So then he was going for sports, SUG sports, while I was going for finance in the faculty. So we came up with this idea, what can we do? What can we do to win the heart of people? We should do a different campaign entirely. So we did feel like, okay, let's start an aerobics. It has never happened in the State University then. So we started aerobics in front of guest hostel. So that is how I fall in love with it. So since then, that's what I've been doing.
Yeah, I can see. How do you get your clients?
With the hand of my work, with people I've trained. So there's always recommendation from one client to another.
Nigerians are predisposed to getting fit these days. Would you say Nigerians are more interested in it?
Yes, I would say yes. Reason being that due to the health factors now, you understand, a lot of people really want to get fit. A lot of people really want to work out. Despite the fact that they pass through a lot of stress, day-to-day activities. But the only problem now we're having in Ibadan right now is people claim to be busy. That is one. And apart from that, they will tell you that it's expensive. It's expensive to be fit. That if you're determined, you understand, it's something you can do on your own. It's something you can do indoor, even without going to the gym.
So, this is a business. Does it sustain you financially?
Financially, yes, it sustains me. It depends on how good you are.
And of course, you're very good and disciplined, I can see.
Yes, I'm good and disciplined.
All right, then. So, what are those? Of course, you just mentioned the fact that it could be, some people could view it as being too expensive.
Yeah, too expensive.
What are those simple things that one could just do at home if you want to, for example, flatten your tummy and you don't have as much money?
Okay.
To hire a trainer?
Like what I tell people, back in the days, our forefathers then, they don't even need to go to the gym. You understand?
Okay.
But what they do then is because they walk a distance, a mile to fetch water from the stream. Some of them go to farm, they cycle to the farm. While cycling, they're already walking out, you understand? Let's say civilization. Civilization have taken over some things we used to do back then.
Okay.
Right now, we don't grind anymore. Then there was grinding stone. Our forefathers, our foremothers, they grind. By doing that, you're walking. It makes your hand very flexible, but we don't do that anymore. Blender has taken over, you understand? Back then, they walk a distance to the stream to fetch water. We don't do that anymore. Even presently, there's nothing like well anymore. What you do, you just go to your bedroom, you open your shower, you shower. You don't go to the well and draw your water anymore.
Yeah.
So all these things, washing machine, you don't wash, washing machine has taken place. So a lot of things. So what I used to tell people, if you can walk a distance when you wake up in the morning before going to work, if you can have a brisk walk, you understand? By so doing that, you're walking out. You can get a skipping rope.
Yeah.
Even if you can get a skipping rope, the rope you use in spreading your clothes, you can use it to skip. You understand? By so doing that, you're burning calories. And skipping is the general workout body. From your head to your toe, you're working out. 5-minute workout every day. You definitely burn calories.
Thank you so much, Appy.
Welcome.
For sure, I've gained a lot from your speech there. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
It was
very
fun
much.
having you here.
Thank you. Now we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Stretch it up. Go 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now we stretch it forward. Nice one. 5. Now we go. Bring it down. Nice one. Now we go. Stretch it. Swing it up. 1, down. 2, 3. Just your hand. Nice one. Now we go. Stretch it in. Don't rest it on your shoulder.
Okay.
Take it in this way. Nice one. Push it in. In. No. Just your arms. Push it in. That's what I'm doing. Nice one. Take. Push it in. 2, 3, 4, 5. Nice one. Now we go. Up. We go. Stretch it up. 2, 3, 4, 5. Nice one. Now stretch it up. Up we go. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Side. 2, 3, 4, 5. Slowly. 1. Flat. Feet. Feet.
Okay.
Easy. Now we go. Forward. Go. 1. Bring it back. That's it. Go. 2. That's it. Straight. That's it.
Alright, let's go. Thank you so much. Wow, guys, you should do this. Really, I feel a little fitter than I did this morning. So please, take a walk. Do something active. Do not just sit in front of a computer doing nothing. Walk, skip, jump. Do not just sit in front of your computers doing nothing. Because physical health is really important. It helps with mental health as well. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Bye.
Wow, welcome back from the Youth Know-How segment. As a matter of fact, I feel like,
I was
Without even doing anything,
okay,
you're just sitting.
I was doing mine in the studio
I
as
was
well.
actually going to say something. I scanned the three of us and I discovered that, Robert, you really need fitness.
Can you imagine?
more. I'm sorry to say.
Everyone.
No, don't be deceived.
Everyone.
Don't be deceived by the clothes. Don't be deceived by the
Oh
clothes.
yeah,
Come on,
I hope you're
it's
not
just the
all
clothes that I
sweaty and
see.
all of that. It's good to keep fit,
I
right?
noticed she was really working out.
Of course, only
So
as
maybe
well.
even while we keep fit, it can help our phobia. Just
of course.
maybe, I don't know.
And I learned something from the aerobics and the tips.
Oh, really? What did you learn?
That it's not really just about working out.
Yeah.
You have to feel well. You have to
Yeah.
have a good. The lifestyle has to be qualitative.
Exactly.
Good sunshine, take a walk, eat well, and
Before Jamal starts giving us his own lecture.
All right.
So good.
I am in the mood to listen to music and dance a bit.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oye, what do you have for us?
Thank you, Jamal. Hello there. Welcome on the Entertainment Gist segment. Now straight to the gist. Chalk City President, the chairman himself, MI, has finally disclosed to the public why he keeps his relationship ish a secret. He said, and I quote, "Anybody that asks me about my relationship status knows that I would never answer because I feel it should be private. Let's say I have a girlfriend and I say that I am getting married. The ripple effect would be crazy. For me to make that statement, we have to inform potential side chicks that I am about to make a press statement and that they should not be offended." End quote. Crazy, right? Hollywood artist Jim Ike welcomed a baby boy with his Lithuanian girlfriend on September 1st in Atlanta. He named his son Avis Chidubem Ike. Whoever knew Jim Ike was dating a white woman? Okay. Here's another proud papa, the prince, pasted pictures of his adorable little son on Instagram with caption, "Can't wait to take walks with you." Aww, cute, right? On a sad note, however, Starboy sensation Wizkid decided to observe a minute silence in respect to the Ojuelegba accident victims before his performance at the Glow Laughter Fest 2015. Really sad. With that, I'll be leaving you guys with the music video and the movie of the week. Take a look.
These are the packages. Now drive.
I live love to say your name. I don't know what's in I go give out today. You love. My body jolly anytime I hear you. God. Tell me waiting we bring. I'm gonna praise. Tell me waiting in love. I'm gonna praise. Tell me waiting in. I'm gonna praise. Tell me waiting in the light. I love to praise. Praise.
Welcome back. Thanks, Oyi, for that. That the princess baby was so cute. Did you see the baby?
I am warming up to be a father.
You know,
I am.
You're warming up to be a father,
That's
or
my
you're looking
conclusion.
forward to being a father.
I'm warming up.
You're warming up. Can you imagine?
Very soon I will just go on my knees and one lady will just have to say. There are so many things we really want to emphasize on. Phobia is as a result of irrational fear. There are so many symptoms, there are so many signs, and you can actually be treated if the phobia is chronic and it is affecting your functioning in daily life. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we're going to continue this after we sign out.
Behind the studio,
this is about what we have for you. We're sure you enjoyed it, and we're sure you got some vital information that will help you out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
From me, it's bye-bye.
Bye.
And from me too, it's bye.